we were worshipping, the songs were being sung, right? I was like, man, it really captures what I wanted to share this evening. And so my job is done. Good night. I'm just kidding again. But this is not prepared. When I was worshipping just now there, it brought me back to the time in my first year in university. It was a time of, I guess, the beginning stage of like real spiritual growth in my life, and I was attending my very first training camp in this parachurch organization. Very first one. And in the midst of the camp, this senior was talking with me. He was walking along the corridor, and suddenly he turned to me and said, Aaron, have you ever thought about going into full-time Christian ministry? And I was like, what are you talking about? It's my very first Christian camp. I'm like, no one is a Christian. Full-time Christian ministry, you're nuts. And I'm here. I've been in full-time Christian ministry for the longest time. And you know, if you knew me, growing up and all the way, I'm an introvert by nature. Okay? So for me to be standing up and speaking, preaching, right? Chapel and St. Andrews facing hundreds of students, it's unimaginable. But this is what God does. He takes our weaknesses, not necessarily our strengths, and by faith, He will cause us to walk on water. I'm going to start by telling you a story. So there was these three characters, a priest, a minister, and evangelist, and they were out fishing one day on a boat on a lake. And they were fishing for a very long time, and they caught nothing. So one of the three of them, the evangelist, says, I need to go to the toilet. He steps out of the boat, he starts walking on the water. He reaches the shore, goes to the bathroom, and comes back the same way, walking on the water 10 minutes later. Okay. And then, when he reaches the boat, steps in, the minister now says, hey, my turn to go. He steps out of the boat and starts walking on the water. Walks all the way to the shore, goes to the bathroom, walks on the water, all the way back, steps to the boat. Now the priest thinks to himself, actually I also need to go. And my faith cannot be less than these two. I step out of the boat. You never tried this before? I'm going to do it. And the two people in the boat are like, maybe we should have told him where the rocks are. Okay. Faith, walking on water, is what we're going to be looking at. It's a very familiar passage. Those of you who grew up in church, you know Peter walking on water. So let's turn to that passage of scripture. We're going to read it together in Matthew chapter 14. Okay, I will put it on the screen, but I want you to, if you have your Bibles, to open it up and keep it there. We will be focusing mainly on that tonight. Okay, so Matthew chapter 14. Starting from verse 52. Immediately he, Jesus, made the disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side while he dismissed the crowds. After Jesus had dismissed the crowds, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone, but the boat by this time was a long way from the land, beaten by the waves, for the wind was against them. Verse 25. And in the fourth watch of the night he came to them, walking on the sea. But when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified. They said, it is a ghost. And they cried out in fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, take heart, it is I, do not be afraid. Verse 28, and Peter answered him, Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water. Jesus said, come. So Peter got out of the boat, walked on the water, and came to Jesus. There was no rocks there. Huh? But when he saw the wind, he was afraid and began to sink, and he cried out, Lord, save me. Jesus immediately reached out his hand and took hold of him, saying to him, O you of little faith, why did you doubt? Now when they got into the boat, the wind ceased, and those in the boat worshipped him, saying, truly, you are the Son of God. I'm going to begin tonight by asking you a Bible question, Bible trivia. The question is this. What is the most frequent command in the Bible? The most frequent command in the Bible. Tell your neighbor, you can discuss, shut up, what do you think? The most frequent command in the Bible is. If you're confident, shout out. Try out. No. Come, some brave one. Come on, please stand. What do you think is the most frequent command in the Bible? First time, ding, ding, ding. Louder. What is the most frequent command in the Bible?
No fear.
Do not fear. Do not fear is the most frequent command in the Bible. You read it over and over and over and over again. Do not fear. You read tonight's passage, verse 27. Do not be afraid. The antithesis, the opposite of fear is faith. If you are walking in faith, you will not be afraid. If you have fear, you are not moving in faith. Right? So how then do we grow in faith, in our faith? So tonight I'm going to share 3 points with you. It's in your notes. I'm going to elaborate them one by one. The first is this. Faith is in a person. The cornerstone of the Christian faith is Jesus Christ. So like I shared in the morning, the most important question you have to answer for your life is, who is Jesus Christ? Not only that, but who is Jesus Christ to you? Is he who he says he is? Is your friendship with him close, or does he seem like a stranger to you? Now if we read the passage for this evening, it can be in a certain point of view a bit funny. Imagine the disciples are straining in awe. They are really exhausted, and they see this figure. Jesus comes up to them, boom, and they're like, ghost. It didn't happen like that, but I want you to place yourself in the shoes of the disciples. They had encountered a storm. Some of them experienced fishermen, they will know this storm can come up suddenly, and sometimes your life is in mortal danger. So they are trying to keep the boat from flipping over, they're trying to drain the water from the boat, they're physically exhausted. And then they see this figure walking on the waves. Can't blame them like, ghost. Right? Here's the thing. This was not the first time the disciples were with Jesus in the storm. Right? You don't need to turn there. I've written for you Matthew chapter 38, verse 20 to 27. In there, it was Jesus in the boat with the disciples. They encountered a storm. And what was Jesus doing? And the disciples were trying to keep the boat afloat, trying not to die, and they cried to Jesus, Jesus, wake up, don't you care? We are dying, you really see him now. Save us. Jesus woke up, stilled the storm. You know, their response was then, who is this man? Even the wind and the waves obey him. Right? Who is this guy? Who is this dude? But fast forward to this tonight's encounter. What was the disciples' response? It was 2 things. Number 1 was a certain recognition. The second was worship. What did they say? Look at the Bible. Truly you are the Son of God. And they worship him. The disciples were beginning to know this Jesus a bit better. To understand, hey, this guy is no ordinary character. He's really the Son of God. We worship him. We grow in faith when we see Jesus as who he is. And sometimes, let me tell you, young people, God will bring us through a storm to show us who he is, so that we can know him better. He will bring us through the storm. Maybe some of you are facing a certain storm in your life. I do not know what that may be. It could be studies. Man, I tried so hard, I don't understand. I'm really in front of others. Could be finances, could be relationships, anything. Jesus brings us through a storm to show us who he really is. He's faithful, he's trustworthy. So I'm going to share with you a little incident. You may laugh, I give you permission at the very young starting. This was when I was in the army. Okay? So in the army, when I was in the army, it was like the birth of the internet in Singapore many years ago when dinosaurs were here. So the internet was in infancy. Okay, if I wanted to connect to the internet, it's not like now. You all have like your modems going on. What I have to do is I have to no one use the demo, please. I'll plug in the modem, turn it on, you're done. 2 minutes, then you see the flashing lights. 14.4K. How now is Mbps? 14.4 gigabytes. Okay? And so there was this service at a point in time. It was called Teleview. How many of you have heard of Teleview? Everyone said no, unless you're like Asian. Teleview was like the birth of internet in Singapore. And you can guess why I wanted it at that moment. Dad, please, let's get Teleview. Because I was in the army and there were no rules and so. So I started chatting through the chat lines. It's very, very, very basic one. Nowadays, you can't imagine, okay? If I dial in, right, I'll connect. And then I will go to a chat group, and then I will look, and then I will see messages appear. If I wanted to chat, I will join in and type a message. 30 seconds later, my message will appear. And then we will respond. So that was kind of like where we were at. My good friend and I, we were, I'll tell you, one day we were chatting, and then as things happen, right, we organized a chatters gathering. Right? And we're very excited about it because for the very first time we were going to meet face to face these people whom we were chatting with. So I still remember we gathered at CDR MRT, we were waiting there, they're like, oh, you are this username. And then I saw her. She floated from the clouds like an angel. Yeah, I saw her, I was like, who is that? And for the rest of the outing, I was like, what's her username? And what's Julia? The username was starting like so I really like, after that I stopped her. Not literally, okay, but when I was on chat lines, when she appeared, see the username was like, quickly log on, and started chatting. It progressed. I started chatting with her not only on the internet, but we called each other on the phone. Right? I really wanted to win her heart. So there was this time, she was going back to Malaysia, right? And so I went to see her off at the train station. It used to exist, right? You all still know there used to be a train service that went through there. So like a scene from Korean drama, she was on one side of the gate, I was on the other side, and she was about to go to catch the train. I was like, okay, Karen, do it! So I mustered up my courage, and before she left, I said, I'm going to miss you. Then she swore out, and she turned and walked away. Wow! Then, the night, which I never forget, happened. So we were hanging out. We were at a discotheque. Go to discotheques. We were at a discotheque hanging out, and we were with a bunch of friends. And then that night, for the very first time, in the midst of it, she took my hand and she led me out to the outside. And I floated along with her. Oops, I bought too much already. Okay. So, we were outside there, and as I was floating out, some of our friends were like, just leaving the coming up. And we spent the rest of the night just talking, the two of us. I thought, best night of my life. Late night or early morning that night, I sent her back home. So like, this is going good. Sometime later, I was on the chat line, again waiting for her to appear. When I noticed a conversation that struck and caught my attention. So this guy was saying, oh, I'm so glad that I finally broke up with my girlfriend and I can go and pursue Julia. Something is going on, something is serious. And I realized, cut long story short, what's happening is she was two-timing. Okay, but it's worse than that. It's worse than that. It's not two-timing, it's like she went out with me to provoke him to get jealous so that he will break up, so that he will go and pursue me. That's my heart. Oh, it was terrible. Soon after that, it was time to enter university. So, my very good friend of mine and I, we were together. We decided to go and attend this parachurch orientation camp. Campus Crusade for Christ. And at the camp, God showed up. And He really spoke. He really ministered to me. He said, you got to surrender. Just let go. Trust me. And I did. And at that camp, God really touched me. Right? And He healed my heart. And I surrendered and said, God, I move on. And what God was trying to teach me in that storm was to learn that He is faithful. His love is faithful. In contrast to the unfaithfulness of man, that His love is constant. And I can experience it for myself. And I did at that camp and beyond. Friends, through both the scripture and what I experienced, it is this. God sometimes takes us through the storm to show us who He is. And when we do so, we really experience it like nothing else. He comes through faithful. Okay? Jesus knows what He's doing. And He is in control. outside there may be storm. He's going to see you through it. He's not far away, he's not uninvolved. In this passage, there's a very important word that comes up. Actually 3 times, but twice that is important to take note of. The first is when the disciples were afraid. Ghost. Immediately Jesus said, it's I. So be afraid. Immediately. The next one was when Peter was drowning. Save me. Jesus immediately reached out his hand, grabbed him, saved him. Immediately. The idea is very simple. God is involved and He cares for you, what you're going through. He's not going to allow you to go through things too long. He's going to allow you to go through the storms, but in and through it, He will save you, He will rescue you. So, Metanoia, spiritual conversion, repentance, has this idea, look, Jesus wants to reveal who He is to you. Not a Jesus of your own imagination, but Jesus as He really is. Okay? So that's the first point. Faith is in a person. You must grow in your relationship with Christ. That's where faith grows. Here's the second very important thing. It comes straight out of the passage. And let me say it in this way. Faith does not depend on external circumstances. Faith does not depend on external circumstances. If you think about it, what Peter did was really remarkable. He actually walked on water. How many of you have ever walked on water before? Not the it rain, then you walk on the puddle of water, that kind. Real walking on water. Peter did something really remarkable. He walks on water. Jesus came to the disciples. He was scared. He says, Lord, if it's you, command me to walk on water. Jesus did, and he walked out. Okay? But then perhaps the scripture says that he looked at the wind and his rational mind kicked in. Like what the heck am I doing? Wind, waves still there, and water. It's like he took his eyes off Jesus, of the circumstances, and he began to sink. He began to sink. Jesus reached out, said to him, you of little faith, why do you doubt? That's the essence of unbelief, right? Where we say, the circumstances tells me what reality is, not what Jesus says. That's unbelief. I trust what I see more than what Jesus says. But let me tell you how fickle, I give you a hypothetical situation, how fickle, how unreliable our feelings and circumstances are. Imagine with me, it's a normal school day, you wake up in the morning, you had a very bad sleep, and you're tired, you go to school, you're feeling grumpy, and you're like, this is going to be a terrible day. As you look out the window, the dark clouds are gathering, it's going to rain, you know you can feel your bones, like, man, even if I bring umbrella, I'm going to get drenched, this is horrible. Just as you're about to leave the door, you pick up the phone, you got a message. Oh, it's from that very cute guy, that girl that you like. Plus, you're like, this is a great day. Then the sun suddenly shines through the dark clouds and disperses, the birds start singing, and you're like, what is awesome day. Yay! And you reach the bus stop. And the bus takes a long, long time to go. Very, very long time. And because it's so late, it's also super crowded. So you squash yourself in there and you endure the journey. The driver is from hell. He drives like a madman. You reach school, but you are late. What's worse, the silly master says, scolds you, takes down your name, you're like that. This is a terrible day, you're heading to class. And then you see the cute guy upload that texts you. And as you pass, he or she smiles at you. Like, this is a great day. Have you seen the roller coaster of emotion and circumstances? If your faith is like that, guys, so tired, I don't feel like church, so you don't go. I'm very tired, very sleepy, Bible so boring, so you don't eat. This month, the type of finances don't come. Friends, God is not honored when our faith just flows with our emotions and our circumstances. Okay? Of course, God is not glorified if we just go through the motions. But on the flip side, God is not glorified when our faith rises and falls with the circumstances. Okay? So God is calling us to a kind of faith that goes beyond that. In fact, one of the most powerful verses in Scripture, a very short one, comes from 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. Easy to remember, 2 Corinthians 5:7. You remember one verse to remember, like Bible memory, scripture memory, 2 Corinthians 5:7. Followed by faith, not by sight. So I want to teach you a principle. It comes out of the Peter walking on water episode. It's something I've learned in my life, and I'm going to illustrate it. The principle is this. Okay? It's going to be a bit hard to follow, so I'm going to repeat it. It goes something like this. The outward blessings of God are not necessarily a sign of His favor. The outward blessings of God are not necessarily a sign of His favor. The reverse is true. The absence of the outward signs of blessing of God is not necessarily a sign that God is displeased. Let me just illustrate this. Okay, there was a time in my life, happens to say, where on the external, when I was in full-time Christian ministry, the external, everything seemed to be going well. We finished our training as new staff, and at the first training camp, I was put in charge of the training class. Okay, so a lot of the new trainees were put in charge of the training class. This picture was taken on the last night, Omega night, and what we normally have in Omega night is Thanksgiving and testimonies, right? And I was the only staff that the class who sent a representative went up to thank, say thank you for teaching us such a great blessing. I was the only staff that received that at that night. Sometime later, we had this staff, a kind of Thanksgiving celebration, meal kind of thing, and there were some prizes that were handed out. One was the prize for the best student at a recent Bible study course that all the staff went through. So they were announcing to the top student, I was like, must be the senior staff. I was just a freshly trained new staff, and I won the award, the best student for the IDS course. I was like, this is unexpected. And I received that award. And then after that, there was the lucky draw prizes. 10, prize 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top prize goes to Aaron Ho. It's like top prize to the top prize lucky draw. I was like, man, in a season of blessing. Right? If you were in my shoes, what would you conclude? God's blessing me. Actually, in retrospect, let me tell you very honestly, I was living in secret sin. At a point in time, when all these external things was given to me. And so when I think about that, God wasn't saying to me, you are favored, I'm blessing you. No, He was saying, I'm blessing you, you better repent. But soon after that, I was dismissed. I told you in the morning, I was asking him to come true. And then, the next 1.5 years, nothing seemed to be going well in my life. I remember there was this one church service, it was a Thanksgiving service, I think year end. And people are showing up there sharing things about what God was doing in my life. And I felt really alone. I felt like nothing is happening in my life, God. Nothing. And I remember God speaking to me, but I'm with you. That's all that matters. And again, when I think back, that was the most important phase of my spiritual growth. Because on the external, there was no signs of blessing visibly. But on the inside, God was doing a very deep work. Where do you find yourself? You may find yourself questioning, God, I don't see the external blessing. Blessings everywhere, favor everywhere. But God may be doing something very deep in you and in your life. Don't be discouraged. Don't lose heart. Walk by faith and not by sight. And don't ever think that when the blessings are there, it means that God always necessarily is showing favor to you. It could be, but not always. Because you walk by faith and not by sight. Don't let your faith be dependent on external circumstances. So how? Okay, which leads me to the third point. Faith ultimately is matured in response to God's word. The word is very, very, very important. Okay? You want to know Jesus? If you want to hear His word, if you want to hear God's voice speaking, we go to the Bible, the scriptures. Why? Scripture says this. Romans chapter 10, verse 17. So faith comes from hearing, and hearing from or through the word of Christ. The word. The word. It is in Scripture we encounter Jesus, the living word. If someone once said this, if you want to hear God's voice speaking to you, read the Bible. If you want to hear God's voice speaking to you audibly, read the Bible aloud. Okay? The point is very simple because it comes to Scriptures. The year is 2003. So I was in between jobs, I was wondering what to do. And a good friend of mine knew that I was interested to just kind of have a taste of what missions was like in Japan. So he said, OMF, Overseas Missionary Fellowship, is an international missions organization. Has this short-term program, whether you go and find out. So I did. I called the OMF HQ in Singapore and said, I would like to just find out. So I met this lady, she was the short-term coordinator, and I told her, I'm interested to explore missions in Japan. And he helped me with it. So we dialogued a bit, he says, come back in a couple of days' time. So I did. When I went back the second time, I was expecting she would have some plans, maybe some proposals. She did not. She had already planned for me to go. Said, okay, this is what you need to do. You are going there for 3 months. You're going to work with 2 sets of missionaries, and in I can't remember, about a month and a half time, you are to fly. You must raise $5,000 for your tickets, expenses, everything. And I was sitting there, the jaw dropped, then we saw my vegetable. Because I was going there expecting to hear options, she planned everything already. You gotta go. So when I stayed out of office, right, for the next hour or so, I was walking around Orchard Road, still stuck my vegetable. Like, what have I gotten myself into? Return back home, close the door and say, "Mom, really want me to go? You're going to speak to me, man. Going to a foreign land, alone by myself, to work with people I don't know, but raise a big sum of money in a short amount of time. I was not working there. I'm really sure. Open up Scripture. So it's my habit frequently to read the Bible through sequentially. So Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, all the way to Leviticus, then rewind. Okay. So I just open up from where I left off, and I open up to Matthew chapter 9, verse 37 to 38. What's this familiar passage? Jesus saying to his disciples, the harvest is plentiful, the laborers are few. Therefore, pray earnestly to the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. It was so clear the Lord saying, look, if you pray for laborers to go out in the harvest field, you also must be willing to go. Go. And he said, okay, God, go. But I have to raise money. And so it was a journey of faith. I started raising support from my Christian friends. 1 week before I was supposed to fly, I was still short $1,000. I was like, and he finally provided the night before I was supposed to fly. Finally, all the 5,000 came in. The morning at Changi Airport, someone gave me another check. So I left with more than what I intended to raise. God was faithful. God was faithful in response to the reading of His Word. When God spoke, the faith arises in our hearts. When God speaks to you in His Word, faith arises. So you must give time to read your Word. I think what concerns me greatly, especially 11 years in school ministry, when I work with the Christian students, is how little the Bible plays in their lives. I speak to some Christian students and say their quiet time is like listen to worship music, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but that's the only thing they do. They don't go to the Word. And we must go to the Word. So I'm going to give you just some practical examples of how you can grow, and you must make a commitment. Okay? Most of you are like schooling, not yet working. Some of you are. You must have this habit before you start working. You start working, attached, married with kids, the responsibility just increase more and more. You don't have this habit when you are young, you will never cultivate it. So cultivate when you are young. So what are some ways in which you grow in Word? First is to schedule it into your daily planner. If you are using that, you have to schedule it. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. That's what I see, right? So set aside time for God's Word. It doesn't have to be a very long time, at least at the start. Start with something manageable. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. You pray, you read, you pray, you worship. Very fast, it flies by 20 minutes. So start with that, put it into your schedule. Plan it out. Okay? I suggest do it in the morning. And some of you immediately you protest, I'm a night person. I am a night person, okay? I find that I'm actually the most productive at night. I love it. When it's quiet at night, children go to bed. But I cannot. When I work in school ministry, particularly this year, it's impossible. Okay? Because I gotta do my Bible reading, my prayer before I get the children ready for school. So it's like a flip of my schedule. Okay? I wake up. Normal days, 4:45 a.m. Why? Because before the children get up, I have to finish already, right? And after that, I get ready for school. It is a commitment. Why the morning? Okay, I cannot say do 5 times in the evening or at night, it's terrible. It's not. But why the morning? Because I feel for myself, it sets the tone for the rest of the day. It prepares you for the challenges of the day. Right? Like you can, like, okay, you're already in the day. But if you take time in the morning, first thing, to set your heart right, you find that, hey man, I can face the situations of the day, having already heard God speak, so do it. Try to do it in the morning. Find a quiet, comfortable place. It shouldn't be so comfortable that after that you, okay? But somewhere comfortable and quiet so you're not distracted. If it helps you brew your coffee or tea or whatever helps you to stay awake, have a place that you can be undistracted to allow God to speak. Journal. I found this something really helpful for my spiritual growth. Journal meaning I find that I read that I record down what God says. See, we are very forgetful people. Sometimes you go, oh God, why you don't answer prayer? Actually, He has. We just forgot. When we journal, we write down, okay, I'm praying for this, and then 3 days later, 5 days later, you feel back, hey, God answered this prayer. And your faith grows because you're remembering. You have this track record of God's faithfulness in your life. Journal. I've been doing this probably since just after the Army University. Something I've learned as a new Christian. Encourage you to do. One final one. Get a study Bible. Okay? I cannot recommend this strongly enough. Because I have had many Christians, young Christians, tell me, Bible very boring. Or, I don't understand. Actually, I think they are related. I don't understand, therefore it's boring. If you don't understand, how can it be fun, right? So invest in study Bible. It is not expensive. It's not. A simple one. Those from 12 to 16 years old, you go for the ESV Student Study Bible. It's, I think, $22 SKS. SKS doesn't pay me anything to go more. Okay, so I don't have anything from it. SKS, I think, has a ESV Student Study Bible from 12 to 16 years old, $20. Not very expensive. Those of you who are older, invest the one that can last you through your life. The ESV Study Bible. It's about $50 before discount. But is it worth investing in? Your pair of shoes probably cost twice that already. Right? You wear it out in a year and throw it away. The Bible will last you through your life. The study Bible is worth investing in. One of my most enjoyable moments in university, I remember, was before lectures start, I would go to Central Library rooftop, very nice view, very cool, quite quiet, and just read scripture, journal. Sometimes, in a blink of an eye, 45 minutes have passed, 1 hour has passed, very fast, once you're in the routine of that, and God speaks. And again, I find, nowadays very hard, with kids, marriage, it's just, 45 minutes are really hard, and distracted. But those periods, those moments, growing up as a young Christian, learning to read God's Word, learning to enjoy God's friendship, I think grew me a lot, the foundation. Okay? God's Word. We're going to come to a close this evening. Scripture, through today's Bible passage, Peter walking on water, has great encouragement for us. Why? Because we are like Peter. Sometimes we feel great and we really, our faith is on high and we feel like we can walk on water. And we do. But sometimes we're like Peter and circumstances overwhelm us and we are drowning. But Jesus is faithful, He will rescue us. And so we go through these phases, but we are growing more and more as we know Him. Right? As God takes us from one storm to the other, as we come out from it, we realize God is faithful. He will see us through the storm. But He wants us to really start walking on water. You test that deep, not enough. He says, no more. Come out of the boat, on the water. I don't know what that means for you personally, right? It could be things like studies like that. Man, I'm really stressed. See, I got to surrender it to Him. He has a plan for me. Family relationships, that's a big one, right? Like all my friends at the church, you see, I gotta trust God. I don't have to worry. I have, when I went to Japan for 3 months, that was one of the things which I was concerned about. I still have to cash, getting a bit older, not providing, right? And then going away, there's this girl I really like, want to pursue and going away. But God, you have to trust Him. His plans is for good. I have to start thinking of it. I'm going to go out on the limb and say this as well. Maybe God is going to call somebody to full-time mission ministry. And that is really stepping onto the water. Worked 10 years with the Anglicans in chaplaincy work. It's a step of faith, particularly if you're married, because financially it is a huge sacrifice. It was always been. When I graduated from NUS, at that time, I graduated, basic starting pay of an engineer, civil engineer, 1,006. I went to full-time mission ministry, $800, half of my peers. Because the pay was big, and all the way to now, my finances is something that it's like God will take care of, no matter how little or big or big. If God calls you to full-time Christian ministry, it is stepping on the water. If you don't step on the water, you will not see God working in life. You won't enjoy this journey, this faith journey that is calling perhaps some of you on. So we're going to close very soon and we're going to give a time of ministry. We must respond to God and what He says. So again, I'm going to invite the pianist to minister to us. Have the time. Let's just quietly bow our heads and close our eyes. Okay, and respond to the Lord.